Well, it's Uncommon Fossil Day. I want to talk about some new cards that have been announced in Japan. They're coming out in the Stellar Sylveon and Stellar Celruledge decks. Sorry about the pronunciation there. It's coming in Japan August 30th. Don't know when it's going to be coming internationally. Whether it's a special product. I don't believe we'll get this deck as it is, but maybe we will. Or if not, we'll get it in some other product, or perhaps in a regular release. There's like 5 or 6 cards here, and 2 or 3 of them are very interesting. So I do want to make note of these cards. I will provide the link to the article in the comments below. There's one is a Ho-Oh, obviously a basic Pokemon, 130 HP. It's got the second attack is interesting. Shining Blaze does 100 damage. If you have any bench Terra Pokemon, it does 100 more damage. So 200 on a basic single price Pokemon. Obviously, Charizard EX is a Terra Pokemon. It accelerates 3 energy, so you can power it up in 1 turn. So perhaps this is a tech option in Charizard EX. This one has some interest. There are a couple cards that are more interesting than this, though, I will say. So let's move on here. There's the Marill. There's the art. Just the basic that you're going to evolve into Azumarill. And here's the art there. Like, I do enjoy the art of this Pokemon for sure. It's obviously stage 1, 120 HP. It's got a very nice attack, although expensive attack. It's 4 psychic energies. Double Edge does 230 damage and does 50 to itself, so it leaves it at 70. You're getting 1 shot, so that's not terrible. Now, obviously, with things like Dragapult EX and Monkey Dory, getting down in debt damage could be a problem, but doing 230, you're one-shotting basic EXs and Vs, so I really do like that attack. Now, it's got the Twinkling Soap ability. This is what makes this Pokemon really, I really find it appealing. Double-Edged is used for 1 Psychic Energy, so very payable, 1 energy on a Stage 1 single-price Pokemon. If you have any Terra Pokemon in play, and obviously there's a lot of Terra Pokemon to choose from, so these cards, as you're getting the sense, have a theme around Terra Pokemon. So really like this. This could be its own deck in and of itself. With probably not a meta deck, but certainly a deck to have some fun with on the ladder. And doing 2/3 on a single prize, stage 1, 1 energy, very, very appealing. Or it could be a tech in some other decks too, as long as you have some psychic energy and some Terra Pokemon. Could slot in a 1/1 or 2/2 line and get value out of that for sure. So like that a lot. And then here's the card that I think is the star of this little set of cards, Precious Carrier. Again, the names of these things sometimes aren't accurate. What they do, though, is it will be correct. So there's the art of that. And this is an A-Spec. There's 2 A-Specs. This one, it's an item. They're both items, actually. You search your deck for any number of basic Pokemon and put them onto your bench, then shuffle your deck. So that's really, really, really good, and I honestly needs a few more reallys in there. This will become, I think, the go-to A-Spec for a lot of decks. Decks love to play 4 Arven, right? Not all decks, but a lot of decks do. And you get like Buddy Poffin, you're happy to get those 2 low HP Pokemon. But here, you obviously have to have an active Pokemon to start the game. So now you can fill up your bench with whatever Pokemon you want on your first turn, assuming they're not prized, of course. So super, super awesome for setup, consistency, just a great, great card. So, this is going to be definitely an A-Spec that may become a very dominant A-Spec into a lot of decks. So I'm really excited about Precious Carrier. Very pleased there. And there's Perfect Mix, which is... It has some value. It's going to be limited, though. It'll be interesting to see what makes use of it. There's the art there. Search your deck for up to 5 cards. Sorry, not restricted to items, but any 5 cards, and you discard them. Shuffle your deck. So discarding 5 cards. What's going to use it? Obviously, we have United Wings coming out. Well, it's already out. We're going to get, obviously the fourth of that wants cards in the discard pile. There's some other decks that do some. Now, you're giving up your other A-Spec, so this one I probably isn't going to see a ton of use. Even in United Wings, we'll have to see whether this would be the A-Spec of choice or something else, because obviously you can only have 1 A-Spec, so you have to choose carefully. So this one's okay, but not a star card. And then the last of the cards, the final card, there's an Eevee that's an alternate art. I'm not worried about that. Oops, let me get out of that there. But then there's Terra Orb. Here is the art for that. And you search your deck for a Terra Pokemon, reveal it. put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. So that's nice. It searches for any Terra Pokemon, a basic, or an evolution. So, it will see some play. How much play will be interesting to see. Like, I'm just thinking, like, say, Charizard EX, Dragapult EX deck, where say you play Pidgeot EX. If you already have Rare Candy in hand, then you need to get your stage 2. Well, actually, is Dragapult the Terra? I don't think it is, right? But, sorry. So Charizard EX is, and that often is paired with Pidgeot EX. If you need to get the Pokemon, well, you could just get the Pokemon with forget what I said about Pidgeot EX. That's stupid because you just grabbed the Charizard EX in that case. But if you had Arven and you already had the Rare Candy, you'd probably rather grab the Terra Orb than the Ultra Ball in a lot of cases because you don't want to discard 2. Now, you'd probably, in a deck, you're still going to probably play 4 Ultra Balls a lot. You'd probably play 1 or 2 Terra Orbs in some decks. Obviously, if it's a Terra Pokemon deck, and there are those out there that are very heavy in those, you could even play 4 Terra Orbs. Obviously, the big benefit to a large extent is you don't have to discard 2 cards to get an evolution Terra Pokemon. So I like it. It has value, but it's not going to be a dominant card. So of these cards, obviously Terra Orb I think has some value there. We have particularly the Azumarill attacking for 230 as long as you have a Terra Pokemon to play for 1 energy. Very nice. And then Precious Carrier. This is the big star of the set, and I think this could become a very highly played deck card in a lot of meta decks as well as just a lot of fun rogue decks. So very pleased to see these cards. We'll see when these cards are coming out. Don't know. That announcement will come down the road, but just keeping an eye on what's coming down the pipe, and pleased to see some fun new cards. And always nice to see a new A-Spec that will get, I think, a high level of play rate just to kind of mix up the A-Spec choices. It's always a little boring having just one A-Spec. If, the days when everybody basically played Prime Catcher, it was a lot less interesting. Now, as we have more strong choices for A-Specs, the game gets more interesting all around. So have fun, take care, and play some Pokemon.